Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's okay. um, I don't know if all of you've heard, but one of the channels, and now I don't even remember the name, I think it might have been True Crime. Anyways, he had an interview with Jose, the guy that was staying with Don and Candace. And if you see his channel or if you see anything about that interview, you definitely need to go watch it. It's very upsetting. I got really upset and triggered about a lot of things in that video and the things that Jose said. And of course, you've got Benny Keys. He's out doing damage control. He's making fun of people. And of course, he wants to, defend Don and Candace all the time. And so you'll have a few of those. I noticed some comments saying, well, what does this matter? What point is this? Well, it matters a lot. It matters because Jose was a guy that lived with Don and Candace not long before Summer went missing. And he knew what was going on in that house. He knew everything that was happening there. As you can see, my big fat dog is snoring. But anyways, he was a first-hand eyewitness. And let me just say something to all of you. Now, every single person that we've heard so far pretty much verifies the same story. Allie and her mother and her grandmother and Leslie and Hunter and Dudley and Jose and True, all of these people have said the same things as Jose said. And we've discussed it. I've discussed it on my channel. You've heard everybody talking about the Summer Wells case. I'm sure you have. And we've all had our suspicions. We've all had our thoughts. But tonight they were confirmed. Every one of them was confirmed. And I hope this guy that did this video with Jose turns this over to the sheriff and to TBI, because there's probably things that Jose did not mention maybe to TBI or the sheriff or whatever. So there could be things that he did not discuss because they asked him a lot of good questions. And I was really proud of that guy who did the video, his channel. And I just thought it was really good, and I was glad that Jose came on and talked. And I want to give him an apology because I was suspecting him. I thought maybe he was a suspect in this case, so if he ever watches this video, I'm sorry. I'm only going by what other people say on YouTube and what I hear. Now, all of it's speculation, but a lot of people spread a lot of rumors on YouTube, and it really bothers me because Jose was none of those things that people were spreading around. But Don Wells spread a lot of rumors about Jose, and he's the one that started them all. Anyways, basically everything that we thought was confirmed to me, what I thought was confirmed. What did we learn? We learned that Jose said when Don was not around, and when he went there to rent a room from Candace, that house was destroyed and trashed and dirty and filthy and disgusting. And she had roaches, and those children had lice. So there's the end of the dang shaved head conversation. I heard it so much, and I was so sick of hearing it. Because come on, you guys, common sense. If you're filthy people all the time, Candace wasn't gonna do everything that you needed to do to treat her children for head lice. Look at the house. How could she ever really clean that house from headlights? She could not. And especially with blonde-headed kids, it's hard to see those nits, the little eggs. So I'm just saying, there you go. Everybody who sat and wanted to make theories about the head shaving, I said it from day one, they had head lice. And what do you know? They had head lice, just like we thought, and just like Dudley said, and just like Jose said. So Candace was a slob, even when Don wasn't around. So I'm sorry, I don't give you an excuse there, Candace, that you weren't cooking. We heard that tonight. I heard that tonight. Jose said nobody was cooking in that house, and all those kids were eating were snacks and junk food all the time. And when he was there, he cooked meals. So that's pretty sad, Candace, that you're so damn neglectful. Leave your house like that. Let your kids sleep all over the house wherever they wanted. None of them had a bedroom. She's so full of it. Her and Don are so full of it. And Jose even said that that room down there was the kids' playroom. It was not Summer's room. So they lied. And what else did we learn about this conversation? If you listen to it, that interview on the phone with Jose, then you would know that he said that Don and Candace were abusive to those children. They had a buckle. They had a belt with a big buckle. Don punished those kids. He screamed at them all the time. Candace thought it was funny to be immature and put shaving cream on her children when they were sleeping and they got it in their eyes and they're crying. What is wrong with you, Candace? What is wrong with you? You got something going on in your brain that you would do something like that. And so Jose confirmed also that Don lied about the fight. Really, Jose confirmed that Don and Candace lied about everything. They lied about every single thing. And because they lied about so much now, we know that they lied about their daughter missing. Don said, and Candace said, that she would never leave the yard. Remember that? They said that Summer would never leave this property. She's too scared to leave this property. And then lo and behold, we got the neighbors telling us that Summer and her brothers wandered off that property all the time. And then, come to find out, Jose reveals to us that Summer has gotten lost many times, at least 4 or 5 times that he knew of. That she was lost behind a house for an hour. She was lost down by the road, and Don really whipped her butt and really spanked her bad. I mean, that she was lost quite a bit. Now, this changes the whole thing for me, because she probably was not abducted. And if she was picked up as she ran down the road or wherever she went. You know, like I said, we're going back. I think that Candace was loaded. Maybe Summer did walk off, or maybe they hurt her. You know, it really bothers me. An Amber Alert remains. Sorry, and dang it. What the heck? For Summer Wells. She was last seen. Sorry. Okay, so we know that if Don and Candace lied about some things, they lied about a lot of things. And so we cannot trust them to tell the truth. Summer has gone missing. She could have went missing. Candace could have been drunk, and her mother. and they could have lost her, or they could have hurt her, and she could have got hurt at the house, and they could be covering this up. Whatever it is, Candace and Don, you have nowhere to hide anymore with me, because as far as I'm concerned, both of you are guilty. You know exactly what you did to that little girl. You know exactly what happened. And just like your buddy Jose said, Candace, you need to come out and start talking. You know. And everything was confirmed with Don that he's a violent, controlling man, which he is. Now we know that he was so mean to them kids. We know that. We know that Summer was traumatized because her father came home from Utah and killed her little kitten that she loved, threw it out for the dogs to just kill. And she had to watch that and was traumatized. Don Wells, you should be horrifically ashamed of yourself to traumatize your little girl. You did not love your little girl. You can tell us all you want how much you loved her and how much she loved you, but I bet you she didn't love you that much, especially not after what you did to her little kitten, Don. And where were you, Candace? You know, Jose feels bad because he felt like he should have called protective services or something. But, you know, I understand. When you're in a predicament and you're living at somebody's house, you know, and you have nowhere to go, it's kind of hard. But what else did we learn? We learned that Don just likes to run around on his wife, have extramarital affairs, sleeps with girls in his own house while his wife's there, in front of his children. We also learned that Don likes to just take off and disappear for a couple weeks. And he's gone to Mexico, okay? Now he could have trafficked his daughter right out of there. He likes to take off and be gone. He likes to hang out at drug houses. So he was not going to church. So you can put on any act that you want, Don and Candace, but we know what you people are really like. And so we learned that about Don. And we learned that Summer likes to run. So, we also learned that Don had the red truck with the ladder racks. And then he borrows it from somebody at work or a friend. And so, how much you want to bet left the Subaru at work and took that red truck with the ladder rack and got rid of Summer. And that's why somebody's seen that truck going down the road. Makes sense now. All of this makes sense now. I can't believe that Don, well, I can, but Don would just abandon his family and his children and his wife and not really send no money to help them or give a crap. You know, Don, the Bible says that somebody who does not take care of his own family is worse than an unbeliever because you're not even taking care of your own flesh. But anyways, I bet you Summer didn't like you that much at all, especially after traumatizing her like that. You know, narcissists always say that, oh, she just really loved me. She just really needed me. But he doesn't say, oh, I just really loved her, miss her so bad. He doesn't say that. He says she loved him because he's a narcissist, you know? And we learn that those two are nothing but heavy drinkers, drunks all the time. We learn that there's roaches in their house, and the dog food bag was open and all kinds of roaches came out, and then the dog started going crazy. That is so sick, Candace. Clean your damn house. It makes me so upset, everyone. I am beside myself tonight. I am angry. I am mad that all of this time we knew all these things And all these people that want to defend the Wells family. And all this time they's playing games and people trying to really figure out why we were suspecting the parents so bad and why we were thinking these things about them, because they were true. They were true, and we knew it. We knew that these were abusive parents, and we know that they did something to their daughter, and they better start talking pretty soon. And I hope the sheriff goes after him, and I hope he sees that video that was put out today with Jose, because it really explains a lot of things to me. And that Hunter and Candace, that they said that Hunter lost his virginity to Candace, that is so sick. It is so sick. And I hope she's arrested for that too. But I heard that she had inappropriate relations with a minor, and that is why her boys got taken away from her, and that even one of her boys were doing something. So, SA. So she's going to get in trouble, everyone. Also, because she just got uncovered by Jose. He knows you better, Candace. He knows you're lying. And he knows Don's lying. Everybody's lying. Also, yeah, that's sick, Candace, that you wanted to have a relationship with Hunter. You know, I watched the Interview Room Sunday with Chris McDonough. And, it is so sick and so triggering when I hear about his essay and how he blamed his sister for, starting it, saying a little 5-year-old came on to him. So that gave him okay to stick his hand in her pants. I mean, you're a sick individual, Don. And Candace, you got problems too, that you back this man up. You need to get rid of him and never see him again, because he's one sick individual. And Benny, you sit and talk about pedophiles, but yeah, you'll sit and defend Don. Cam and Allie, do you support pedophiles? Because that's what's going on in this case with SA of people. And he admitted to already. So I'm real tired of all those people that want to stick up and defend Don and Candace. Especially, I'm tired of it, Benny, that you want to make fun of everybody else who comes out talking about the truth. It's time for you to admit the truth. We seen you, Benny, that you supported Jacqueline and Trezell, and you thought they were good parents, and you came against anybody who was talking bad about them. And look at now, they're arrested because you have bad judgment, Benny. And I cannot believe you at all. You should be sticking up for Summer Wells, that poor little child. I can't even imagine the crap she had to go through, and I'm so upset about it tonight. This little girl, Summer Wells, did not deserve this, Don and Candace. You need to tell us what happened to her. We're tired of it. From the day, this is from 8 months ago. 8 months. This was on WKRN News. It was like a few days after Summer went missing, and you can just listen to what they say. Come on. Go back.
Tuesday evening in the Beech Creek community, this is Hawkins County. You see, the circumstances of her disappearance, they're still unclear. Today, the TBI is saying hundreds of first responders, they continue to scour the area searching for Summer. News 2's Haley Logus here is at the WKRN.com alert desk with a significant update. Haley, from the TBI.
Eric, yes, this is a tough case for this community. Within the last hour, though, the TBI says that while they will continue to explore all potential possibilities in Summer's disappearance, so far they have no evidence that this is an abduction case. Agents have been reviewing surveillance video from all around Summer's house. The TBI says it has questioned and identified drivers seen in the area near the time when Summer disappeared. Without any evidence of an abduction, Crews continue to comb every inch of this treacherous terrain in search of the little girl. Investigators say Summer's family continues to cooperate.
We've spoken with her parents. I can't speak for them. They spoke with you. They're being cooperative. Of course, they're upset. So we continue to keep them updated and do whatever possible we can to find Summer. As we've said time and time again, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance are very much under investigation. And at this time, we continue to explore all possibilities.
Investigators say it's possible Summer wandered off and is hiding and scared. They're once again asking all residents in the Beech Creek community to check their property and their trail cameras for anything unusual. Meanwhile, the captain of the search and rescue team says this is a 24/7 ground operation.
Too dangerous for us to keep our guys up in these mountains in this treacherous terrain at nighttime. But I want you guys to know and rest assured, along with the community, that search efforts do not stop when it gets dark. We have been utilizing fixed wing and aerial aviation to literally scan this area from the time it gets dark to the time that we return in the morning. It does not quit.
And they're always exploring tips, so anyone with information is urged to call either 911 or 1-800-TBI-FIND. News 2 brings you breaking news around the clock on WKRN.com. Eric.
Well,
All who set foot in Sanditon fall in love on the
anyways. There's no evidence of abduction. There wasn't evidence of abduction from the very beginning, and there's still no evidence of abduction. And there's no evidence the police and TBI say that leans that way unless she wandered off. So, no evidence of abduction. So that means Donnie Boy and Candace and Grandis, there was no flower planting that day. We don't believe it. We don't believe any of those stories you told us. How can you say that she for sure had to be abducted, that she would never wandered off? You're such liars. You know, you said that you found out that you had a lot of good neighbors, but then we find out that you got a lot of drug addict neighbors, and that Candace has even had to pull you out of a couple drug houses so far. I mean, that's really great to know that you took trips to Mexico, Don. We know that you were still drug dealing and maybe even child trafficking, because you could have been doing that. And I wouldn't put it past you. And you even telling the TBI you'd like to try that to see if you could actually buy a kid. You would be the guinea pig for this or whatever. Whatever, Don. I think you know dang well. And I'm just so mad tonight. I'm upset. I just feel so bad for Summer. I mean, you know, come on. There's nothing found. So that's what I'm saying. I think that now that we know she either disappeared or Don took her out of there. You know, he's acted so suspicious, you know what I mean? So suspicious. He acts more suspicious than Candace, but there's no way that Candace is having a happy, joyous life. She's sitting here having fun with Benny on his channel. Don is going to be so mad at her if he ever does get out of jail. I hope he doesn't, because he's nothing but an SA offender, a predator. But they're sitting there playing with dowsing rods, which is against Candace's religion, supposedly, and Don's. And wait till her Sunday school teacher sees that and what she's doing. They're going to have nothing to do with her. Because those are the things that have to do with the occult. And Candace and Don don't believe in the occult, and they don't get into it. So, anyways, they're playing games. Candace is having a good old time laughing. And Benny actually said that he didn't want any comments about Summer Wells on there. That is so sick and that is so sad. And they were erasing comments and deleting them that had to do with Summer. I pray that the TBI and the sheriff moves on this fast, because I'm telling you, we know that Don and Candace did something to their little girl. And if Candace didn't do it, she knows that her husband did something. I liked her sayings, I think back now after hearing all this conversation tonight. I liked her little statements when she said, no one would ever do that to her like that. If I treat her like that, if I was around. And I wish I would have walked her out there. Candace, you know dang well something bad happened and you're covering it up. And Donnie took her and did something with her. You better come out and talk. You guys are in bad trouble, I'm telling you. And all you people who want to support Don and Candace, you should be ashamed of yourself and embarrassed, because nobody's going to be watching you after this. I don't care. No one's going to care about your channel after this, because this is horrible and awful that you've been defending, supporting, having people send money to these people. Sick. It is so sick, and I'm disgusted. And I know in my heart now that you guys have hurt that child, and all this time we've just had suspicions, but now I know. And I hope a lot of you do too know. I'm sorry. All these people have said these things about the Wells, and Benny comes in to do damage control, and Cam and Allie, and even Cher was doing it for the longest time on Voices Behind the Wall. She was doing defense for Don and Candace. And there's quite a few channels that do it. Well, good for you. La Tita. How do you feel as a person? I think of you as less of a person for doing that, for supporting these people. I don't care. That poor little girl, Summer Moon Utah Wells, was a beautiful little life. And she's been taken from us, and she's been taken from the world. And her poor little brothers and the stuff they've had to go through. Don and Candace, you should be ashamed of yourself. And God seen all the stuff that you guys did. God's seen it all. And you're going to be judged before him, Candace and Don. You think you're afraid of a court here? Wait till you get to be in the big courthouse with the big judge overall. You're going to be sitting in that courtroom for that trial, Candace and Don, for what you did to your children. So, I wouldn't even want to be you if I was you. I'd be scared to be around God after what you guys have done. And then you mock him and pretend like you're going to quote scripture and that God's with you. No, God is not with you. God does not condone this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. God does not condone abuse, Candace and Don. God does not condone drunkenness. He does not. I don't have against anybody who drinks. I don't have nothing against them. You can drink, you can smoke pot, you can do whatever you want in my eyes. But the point is, when you're out of control and you're a drunken maniac that you can't even clean your house or cook food for your children, and you are mean to them and yell at them and neglect them all the time, then you're a poor excuse for a parent. I'm sorry. That is the way it is. Very bad parents. Very bad parents. And I hope you both go in jail for a very long time. And if Summer has died on your watch, and either of you are responsible for that, I hope you do get the death sentence for that, because that little girl's life was taken. And she's just a little girl, and she didn't deserve that. She didn't even have a safe bedroom to sleep in. I bet you she was scared of all the cockroaches and all. You couldn't even cut your grass. Other people had to cut your grass. I mean, that's just disgusting, and there's no reason for it. You don't have any excuse, Candace, for your house to look like that, and Don for yours to look like that. And we know, Don, that you had that red truck with the ladder rack. Somebody saw you, and you came and got Summer out of there. So I hope the sheriff and TBI are all listen to that tonight, listen to that interview. And I hope they see all this information. I hope they come pick you up even tonight, Candace. That would be great if the police came and arrested you tonight, so you can be where Don is. Because I don't think Donnie's ever getting out after his SA charges come up. And I'm sure he was doing bad things to your little girl, because he was nothing but a sick pervert. And how could you stand staying with him, Candace, after he was out running around, sleeping around on you all the time? What's wrong with you? What kind of woman are you that you would put up with your husband sleeping with another woman in your own house and being mean to you and those kids? You failed, Candace, in that area. You failed. And you need to get a grip. You need to do something about it now and try to redeem yourself in whatever way you can. You better get to the police station. Anyways, the whole thing disgusted me, and I'm upset. And I hope you'll go over to True Crime, I think it's called. Go over there. Listen to that video with Jose if you have not heard it. Because it really is very, very disturbing. But I believed what he said. And I believe what everybody else said. Leslie, Allie's grandmother, Allie's mother, Hunter, Allie's daughter, True, and all these other people who made complaints about them, Dudley. So yes, and Jose now. So I believe all these people, and I do not believe you, Don and Candace, and the people that support you should be embarrassed. Because that is really sickening. So I'm sorry that I had to come on here and rant. For those of you who are new here, I'm sorry I had to rant tonight about Summer Wells. I'm so worried about that little girl, and I want her found. Now, I know they harmed her. They did something bad to her. They either sold her or they hurt her. And we want to know where she is, Candace. You should give her a proper burial. You should give that little girl some peace. Don't you think she deserves that? Wow, Candace. You robbed your children of a good life because you didn't want to be a good mother. And Don, because you were very selfish people. That all you cared about was your own addictions and your own needs. And here's Benny telling you to be more selfish. Oh, sure. Just be some more selfish, Candace. You know, I bet you're enjoying not having to cook or clean up after the kids. Yeah, your house could probably stay clean now, right? I don't even want to hear it, Candace. I had 4 kids, and I didn't have no husband to help me. But my house was decent. I might have had a couple toys laying around, but my house was never filthy. And my kids always had clean clothes on, and they always had food and good meals. So whatever. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for subscribing and those who view my channel. I love all of you. Go out and try to find that channel tonight or tomorrow and watch, listen to Jose and what he's got to say about this family. I mean, I'm done. I'm convinced. I'm done. I don't need any other proof of what happened. So, I know that those two did something to her. Don or Candace. So anyways, it's very stressful. I'm just going to give you a warning and a trigger warning. it's very stressful to listen to. Okay? Because we're talking about Summer and that we love her and we miss her. And we've been praying for her every day and trying to figure out what happened to her. So it's really hard listening to that. So anyways, God bless all of you. Keep praying. And I pray that Candace comes forth and tells the truth to do the right thing finally. To finally redeem her life. So, okay, everyone. Have a good day and be blessed, okay? And I'll talk to you in a few days. Bye.